Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roxanne. If it's your first time here, then welcome. I have been reading a lot of picture books lately, and I just wanted to dedicate just one video to them because I don't think we talk about picture books enough, and because I have read some really good ones and wanted to share them all with you. It's been a while, so let's get into it. The first one is Gustavo, the Shy Ghost by Flavia Drago, and this is a Latinx kind of Halloween, it's like autumnal. I think it might actually be about the Day of the Dead. Yeah, so it's the Day of the Dead, and he is just very shy. He loves playing music on his violin, and so it's about him like overcoming that and being able to share that love with other people, and it's just really sweet. Then we have Suhwei by Lupita Nyong'o, and this is a book, it's a beautifully illustrated book about colorism and the importance of accepting yourself and loving yourself exactly for who you are and what you look like and the body that in which you were born, and others loving you that way as well. Then we have Flora and the Flamingo by Molly Idle, and this is a wordless picture book about Flora, who's like has this cute bathing suit on, and she is dancing and sort of is like overcoming shyness and becoming like the flamingo, and it is just really beautifully illustrated, and it is wordless. Then we have Just in Case by Yuyi Morales, and I read this one also for Latinx Heritage Month, and this is about Senor Calvera is a skeleton from the Day of the Dead, and he is going to visit a friend, and he's afraid that he's not going to bring the right thing for her. And so he goes through all the like a wide array of things and items that he thinks might make her happy, and ultimately comes to find that what will make her happiest on this Day of the Dead is the dead that she loves, and bringing him along for her. And it is beautifully illustrated and just really sweet. Then we have Norman's First Day at Dino Daycare, and this is just such an adorable book about the first day of school and about overcoming shyness, and about how just because someone might be big or look a certain way or appear a certain way does not mean that they don't have insecurities, and it's about becoming friends with that person and just being friendly and nice and becoming friends, and it's just really sweet. Then we have The Undefeated by Kwame Alexander, and this is a beautiful sort of beautifully illustrated and beautiful love letter to blackness and black history and black individuals, and it is just, I so highly recommend it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Then we have Fight Club by Ethan Long, and this is just a really funny Halloween themed one about these monsters who not Fight Club, Fright Club, and it's so they are the Fright Club, and they don't want to admit anybody else who isn't the sort of stereotypical monster. And so it's about this group of people wanting to join the Fright Club, and it's just really silly and really funny. Then we have Rudas Niños Horrendas Hermanitas by Yuyi Morales, and this is about like two sisters who are like trying to become like wrestling champs or like something. I didn't really like it that much. It was, I think, a little bit all over the place, a little confusing, and the artwork wasn't my favorite. So not my favorite Yuyi Morales. Then we have Negative Cat by Sophie Blackhall, and this I think is based on her actual like a story similar to her own, and it's when a boy is finally allowed to get a cat and go rescue a cat from the shelter. He comes home and the cat is not really nice, and he's not very cuddly like the little boy wants him to be. And so they try everything and the cat isn't really liking anything, and so the shelter lady comes to see if she needs to take the cat back, and they find that reading is a lovely thing that the cat loves. The cat loves when his little boy reads to him, and so they end up going to the shelter to read to the other cats, and it is just so sweet. Then we have Bear is a Bear by Jonathan Stutzman, and this is such a sweet, 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 sweet book about the importance of like your favorite toy and your comfort blanket, and in this case your comfort bear, and I like almost cried. It was so sweet. Then we have Goodnight Opie by James McGowan, and this illustrated by Graham Carter, and this is about the Mars Opportunity rover Opie, and it's kind of telling the story of the Mars rover by like humanizing it and making it into its own little character, and telling about some of the activities that it gets up to up in Mars and the things that it helps us with. And it's I think it was a great way of having like an informative book that was still really, really sweet and beautifully illustrated, and that kids might really enjoy. Then we have The Little Kitten by Nicola Killen, and this is another Halloween themed book, and again, beautiful illustrations. I think it has like gold foil on the pages as well, and it's when Ollie and her cat Pumpkin are out in the sort of forest. They find a little lost kitten, and so in trying to find where the lost kitten goes, Ollie gets lost, and then she forgets about her own little cat, and so she has to find her way back and reconnect with her own kitty cat, and it's just really, really cute. Then we have a really funny one, and it's Norman Didn't Do It, and then in parentheses, yes he did, and it's about understanding that friendships are not equal to ownership. You can love someone and be their friend and want them really, really badly to always be your friend, but you don't own that person, you don't own that friendship, and that person, they're allowed to have other friends, and maybe you can make other friends and you can all be friends together. And I think it was a really funny, great way of sharing that message. And then we have Change Sings, a children's anthem by Amanda Gorman, illustrated by Lauren Long, and this is a poetry song picture book about the importance of caring and of change and of being the change that you want to see in the world. And I mean, Amanda Gorman is just absolutely just magnificently brilliant, and so as you can imagine, this is an incredibly lyrical book. The illustrations are absolutely gorgeous, and I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Then we have More Than Just a Game, The Black Origins of Basketball by Madison Moore, illustrated by Lonnie Olivier, and this is about the history of the NBA and about the way in which it was integrated and the importance of the black basketball player and their history in the sport and in what is now known as the NBA. And I am a huge basketball fan, and I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I give a lot of these 5 stars. I love picture books. So then we have Clovis Keeps His Cool by Caitlin Aronson, and this is hilarious but really, really sweet book at the same time about, I think the facial expressions of Clovis are like some of the best. And it is about, he's a bull who and sort of inherited his grandmother's tea shop store. So it's full of teacups and really delicate things, and he's a big bull, and he is trying to keep his cool when old bullies of his come back and are trying to make his life not so easy. And it's about rising above and maybe trying to understand other people's perspective and taking the high road, but also being nice. And I think it was very well done. Then we have The King of Kindergarten by Derek Barnes, illustrated by Vanessa Brantley Newton. And this is about a confident little black boy who is going to kindergarten. And he knows his worth, and he is ready for kindergarten, and he's ready to make friends, and he's ready to meet his teacher, and just amazing. Super, super, super cute. Then we have Thankful by Elaine Vickers, illustrated by Samantha Cotterill. And this was really, really sweet. This is a mixture of, has different art styles within the spreads. But I don't typically tend to enjoy that, but I did in this time. And it is about it's a kind of Thanksgiving one, and it's about a young girl who has a tradition with her family of creating a string of papers that are it's kind of like that thing where you make paper strips and you glue them together and make like a thing. Super descriptive, right? And then in each slit of paper you write something that you're thankful for, and I just really enjoyed the message that it shared. Then we have How to Wear a Sari by Darshana Kiani. And this was, I think some of the pages were, I felt had too much white in them, but I think it's just because they wanted to showcase the sari more. But it's about being confident and learning how to wear a sari. And I love that my library's collection, my supervisor and I try really hard to have a diverse set of picture books and different ideas and different ways of dress and different foods and different cultures and religions and a little bit of everything. And yeah, that's just one of those that as soon as we saw the title, we knew we wanted it, and it is really, really cute. Then we have May Your Life Be Delicious by Michael Genhart, illustrated by Laura, and this is about Christmas Eve, and it is about making tamales and the traditions of this girl with her family and learning from her grandmother how to make tamales, and it is so, so beautiful. Loved it. Then we have My Two Border Towns by David Bowles, illustrated by Erica Meza, and that one is about a little boy who lives in the US-Mexican border, and how he goes with his dad to either side, and the wishes that he has and the ways in which he wishes everybody was more united, and the differences that you see on either side and the people. And it's about accepting and learning too, and it's just I think it was done brilliantly, and the cover is probably one of my favorite picture book covers ever. Then we have Inside Cat by Brendan Wenzel. This one is a silly one, just about the life of an indoor cat and the things that they must think when they look out the window or as they go through their day. And it was okay. It was cute, but not as cute as I think it could have been. And then last but not least, we have A Song of Frutas by Margarita Engel, illustrated by Sara Palacios. And this is about a little fruit street vendor in Cuba, and about wanting to be able to see your family that you haven't seen in a really long time for, you know, obvious immigration issues and situations. And it handles the topic beautifully. The color in this picture book is absolutely magnificent. The illustrations are absolutely beautiful, and again, I think it handles a difficult topic really, really well. And Margarita Engel, I think she's like an award-winning, yeah, she's won the Pura Belpré award, so you can just imagine that her storytelling and creativity is absolutely beautiful. So those are some picture books that I have read recently and really, really loved, and some more than others, but that I enjoyed and wanted to share with you all. I hope that you enjoy picture books as much as I do. As always, thank you for watching and for listening. I love you all very much.